Omu ni big couple. Jimmy pa. Jimmy omo Jimmyana book. MPP for book they will stay in opposition forever. Or see, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his life? Yes, yeah. A boka. I'm trying to crazy come try just for information. Draw. Na mo twumase bigan na NPP for kwotena asalam dance me ye be kum ye be show me. Hey me, I'm ready. So my family car numbers. I'm waiting for them. Wow, June. No more. I hear them say put it. Omo try do say and e pa me chow. And na mo be kum. I'm ready for them.
NPP for so.
Yes. Me you ready.
On be kum say why.
No me ya the way I bring the party down. In some shemanum. And I'm not for them kwana.
All right, I was here for 1 hour with Munufie. Me da obibi as say when yamre na on metana. Me ojidi say obi a ho eye. And ye ba be discuss serious national issues. But be a inflation a hete adru no say yanhwe na yanka e man no yaje yensem. And that is something very, very serious. I say we timamuni a offer name serious because any a sika e obotum entimin tohwe no. Say what you want to na what na say won kan ho asema ebeko affective. And that is something we're going to talk about. And a biemo nso no aban yahwe e de katwitwiri die yegu aban nyuma e Ghana aban ya brombo sia sa ama ene Ghana nyuma nyina time bomb so. Esi ekọ hwe ho nsem so ka. Ebiem so ebesa akọja adwenkyere afi na kwame bedi akọ ho agyenkyere mu ankasa se pro na so de beko kumase no. Kumasi kwa na limit and also the future for an dreams or best and other parts of the country. That is something we're also going to check. In the program, 1 hour with Munufie, a live on YouTube, Samsung, a live on Facebook. In the a bit my way beyond Pacho, that was so bit me any atena. GNPC that Ponanoa as a Yahwinia, I buy the Mosiabo a good GNPC. That is something PIAC a day abba. Now, and some of my channels, as at the end of 2022, no, the government of Ghana abromosiankwa to the tune of $1.14 billion from GNPC as a year ebigu. Inti Ghana buying no, untimin tuya car or de amanone. And I say buy my numuzwa or say go buy a juma so as a hono or bromosiasa. But your data way in a idea. If I free cityfmonline.com to credit to City News, omene de buy and never be a edru no. Se Ghana buy abro GNPC Moses ama si yanhwe ya by 2026 GNPC car over $1 billion ibe good company no. Yet a buy any money party ho na catch Ghana for se mine no ekoye yet data on the ground so no show se mine no ekoye. The data on the ground shows Ghana ye. So what is the reason why, or what is the rationale in Timamufu, Epen or Crayfield, a so against all kind of crash. This is something we're going to discuss everything together. And then you never be home and come. Me pacho me pese am kwenenko video we near bisa current inflation rate e Ghana na sign inflation e ko me pacho me kwenenko pese video no.
Inflation for the month of March 2024 has seen a sharp increase to 25.8% from 23.2% recorded in February this year. Inflation for both locally produced items and imported items went up substantially to 26.8% and 23.8% respectively. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, food, non-alcoholic beverages and transport were the main price drivers for the rate of inflation. It added that inflation went up, food inflation went up by 29.6%, whilst non-food inflation recorded 22.6%. As government statistician Professor Samuel Kobnenim announcing the figures a while ago.
24 rate of inflation stood at 25.8% year-on-year inflation relative to 23.2% recorded for the month of February 2024. This indicates that we have seen a surge in the rate of inflation by 2.6 percentage points, increasing from 23.2% to 25.8% for the month of March 2024. Disaggregating this from a food and a non-food perspective, rate of inflation for food was 29.6% relative to non-food 22.6%. Both food and non-food inflation have seen a 2.6 percentage have seen a 2.6 percentage increase in its rate of inflation between February and March 2024. From a locally produced item and an imported item perspective, we continue to see locally produced items recording a higher rate of inflation relative to imported items, as locally produced items recorded a rate of inflation of 26.6% relative to 23.8%. Both locally produced items and imported items have seen an increase in their rate of inflation between February and March 2024, but we've seen a much sharper increase in inflation for imported items, as inflation for imported items rose from 21.1% to 23.8%, indicating a 2.7 percentage point difference, as we saw a 2.
All right, Ghana Statistical Services adding the data about inflation is around 25.8%. Now, Senia Mati. Data on the grounds on unsupported in sema abaying munipa ekachere. Imported goods, babia are skyrocketed no. Ghana Statistical Services they are fair actually timamini say enema nkoyi. Ghana ye the Ghana air twatopre. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene nana adodan kwa Kufuado ene omo maka the Ghana air gura to pre and as air to pre as a Ghana no oma jai Ghana no in cruise controls in a Ghana no baby and enye because one person wants to become the president of the land. Repacho inflation na ye politics answer ne beje kunyano. Inflation Ghana echo do 50-something%. Now no etiba 20% no. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be catch the team before say what team achi inflation say gina ho. And then inflation echo no. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say and no dey unim sa answer no. Pacho so we team when now te hwa. Me dem ko back ni nkuti ensema. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye bisa na say inflation wo man na say inflation en nyina fa ko a nsusuaso a e de ba man nom e ye de me pacho enko na nko gina dwenche ansa na ya to so.
To bring down inflation to low and stable levels, because it really brings down the cost of living. It brings down interest rates. It creates exchange rate stability and creates an environment where the cost of doing business is lower. Businessmen can plan with that stability in terms of their investment horizon and make investment decisions on that basis. So bringing down inflation to low single-digit levels is very important. And, also job creation once you have this business environment improving and cost of doing business improving. So that is basically, I agree with that. And that is what I stated right up front when I talked about inflation.
Mepacho Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says inflation rate and that's inflation figures in nyina fa ko a e mat man no ye plane a enye yi e ma unemployment e kosoro businessmen esikasem e drop it. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia anum nsem no. These were his own words. Enti enese e kobisa Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say owura inflation e galloping no die na wo ya fa ho a wo se da bi ono nye no ho adwuma na ban de man so meye na ban man so meye digitalization enti sa data we nya ne yenko Jimfrey Finance Ministry ho ba ono as the head of the economic management team ne de enye na adwuma no be pacho bia obi ngin ni sense ma mekan enokra yenko bi se Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say man ni sikasema ego atopre entra fa akono die na wo ya fa ho de enti ansa wo de be maye
to the economy, improve systems, and create jobs through digitalization. Therefore, as the finance minister oversees the budget through fiscal policy, the governor of the central bank also focused on monetary and exchange rate policy. I focused on the complementary data and systems improvement that would ensure the ease of doing business and change the fundamentals of the economy, making it more dynamic and responsive to modern trends and the management of it more scientific and efficient. Ladies and gentlemen, I was thankfully appointed as chairman of the economic management team. As a subcommittee to cabinet, we do not have any decision-making powers, but I am very proud of the quality of advice we have been providing over the years to Cabinet.
All right. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, so we're very proud of our advisor or the AMA cabinet on the economy. So the kind of advisor Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Edema president. The head of the economic management team, he is proud to say that now the inflation drew 25.8%. And now unemployment has skyrocketed at 16 and almost 20%. He is proud of that.
As Vice President, I was asked by the President to assist in solving some of the problems that were inhibiting the transformation of Ghana's economy. My approach was to help formalize the economy through digitalization, as stated in our 2016 manifesto.
All right, excellent. And the Vice President and the leader of NPP. I also put President Teddy so no Juma Edamane say digitalization Juma no onye. He is proud of advice on the buying on the economy concerning digitalization. But as the head of the economic management team, se mayano sikasem gura to prayer enyenasem. That is what Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is telling Ghanaians now. Papa Wedi. Before becoming the vice president of the country, Papa Mayehu Ajuma Potia vice president. That is why he asked the then vice president Pakwasi Emisata some 50 or so questions on my answer, because he sought to seek say that man was the head of the economic management team to remove or Magana Sikasemno or my answers. And the same person economy essay sano na catch them and will say digitalization. This economy in year he just advised, so go and ask the finance minister, because he's just the mate. That is where they have taken Ghana to. This is a test for you. Test, and they say you should common sense. Now for you reason, do you believe in some Papa Wekana? That is a test that I'm asking you today. Because one person before becoming the vice president, say inflation inflation demand. So he even discredited NDC's inflation rate and they get inflation. Or say Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia then went ahead even to ask Ghana Statistical Service to say they cook figures, they've cooked data into information on the Ghana for governance So when you are choosing a leader, be sure and be ready to say leader now can solve the problems at war, but leader or shifty blame. And yes, a leader living here. And that is the same features of Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say on accepting blame that he always proclaims he knows economics, but send a home economics no him. And they are no home economics any asa. And not the uyi papa we fi wa. That is the only thing Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia knows. But you wait to join the conversation or WhatsApp line or screen. I say no, it's free. You can just call and then I just pick up. Now in Ghana mum, and one man show na me because we need to develop the nation. Developing a nation and as a society, and you need to back up juma. Maybe the migrant children also do the baba. Then we contribute everything together. And I say the nation development in Ghana, ye pesi the Ghana corner, honey the Ghana corner and answer then. Direction of Ghana corner. Do you agree with the direction of Ghana corner? If you do not agree with the direction, how do you want the direction to be? And then we are branching out to sa esi ubutoma. That is the kind of question we are all going to ask today. Because yentimen tenase mama and say. Se mine say e mene wasundie say ye kora mine say no enti say ye tena say ye de party for ye fama bi mine ko ho da bi ene okoto aduane a ebi kan ade bi a obey organ bi an it goes against you, because say ewura kufo kan na odon sashe obotoma, you have to feel something, you have to feel money, and this odon sashe obotoma na say hu hwea. That is the negative decision as one cause who say no, there's something wrong with the society. But in your politics, we are just building the nation. We are building Ghana. I don't have any problem with Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And I say, I'm not I don't have problem with John Mama. That is not how we do things here. In Ghana, for that, the reason why we are here, you are here watching me. I'm also here speaking with you. And they say, "You see, if Ghana bit me develop a Ghana between pound, send a bay I me who me Tommy now also Humberto. Do you share the same sentiments with me?" And I said, "Do you think that the nation development, is something you do not care? But the only thing you think of, they say, we NDC, we NPP, you just go to vote and you don't even think about how you are voting." But you're saying, who no? We don't have to build a nation like that because you're factoring in Ada and a building mine. Nation building, a serious business because it has the consequences. A bit making and will make you as a human being. But you say, "Oh, banners or couscous, we need to do about couscous now, banner back." Then what saying I will feel it. Dokona na yetone wansi dia Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene na adodan kwakufa ado dia campaign pa cho ne Dokono no otone say it's over 4 cities. I was surprised to say Coco and the Coco I 2 cities di enim. That is the kind of nation these people are taking us through and they are punishing us. But just intimate tenase maye me say Ghana no emfa wo ho Ghana emfa me ho dabi. I don't even care about whatever happens in the society. But that is not what a good citizen ought to be. Now they say we should not be spectators, we should be citizens. And I will say you who are man tenase kwa enko kase o media men family ho na de dabi ye to aba abato na wo de kokurumuti na de to aba but whatever you vote and I say unu be vote no it goes against you and I say it goes in favor of you. But these are things we should all be looking at because you are Ghana and ye. You say it's not about money, but you about it's about good governance, and I say no can't be. Only thing we are talking about here is the good governance because when you seek good governance, other things in an eba can't be, and these are the benefits I want to be. The benefits of being no. Ye ko bisa president Ghana force ya ho kire ye botomu ni ho botomu nye president asema ka kire ni.
Fellow Ghanaians, as the French would say, l'argent n'aime pas le bruit. To wit, money does not like noise. Sika mpe dede.
President sika mpe dede. Enti wa wo te Ghana wo kasa te semi amene wo kasa wo ho be kire wo. E pa cho asem no na president e ka kire no. Se governance na wode wakoto abama no ombuma na wode unshashe okokoto kuma unye sika no president say the reason why you are not making money say uye dede inti sika be she obotoma na adwane se sika na makora. That is the kind of people we have actually voted for. Inti Nana Adodan Kwakufu, the only thing Nana person here say no person will be president for 6 years, not 2 years no odidi hene. Inti and then the Kwache Friday say enye president in free me fene Nana odi hene ewa also. If any diwu hene already diwu hene. Inti Nana di hene Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so say Nana di hene dia emfa ne ho ne yebeko so bia enye na say because he's just the mate or no my advice. Now the sole mandate of president demand digitalization to only ho adwuma no way. That is what they are telling you now. But if you think I'm going too fast, you can tell me. If you think that the speed I'm going to see okay, you can also tell me. Because we are just working together. Sometimes, ne money be a hard brings out to the sense of one kasa enye. And ya ko at the Ghana do concert party mine. Many na